A very late good morning to you all. This is day 67 on my adventure from Mexico to Canada on the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm getting probably the latest start I've ever gotten, almost. It's 9:30. I went to bed a little after 9 last night. I woke up at 3 a.m. It takes me about an hour to get ready, so it would put me to like 4:15. And dawn was at like 5:10. So I thought about it, getting a really early start, because today I have Muir Pass, which is pretty notorious, quite challenging, a lot of snow. But given how I'm feeling, like I spit out some phlegm in the night, definitely something going on, and I'm beat up. Like my left knee is really sore, not good. It's hurting. From all these high steps with all the weight I had on my back. So I decided it was more prudent for me to rest. So I went back to bed and then woke up around 8. So a very late start today. Got 3,000 feet in elevation gain. Should be a really tough one. I'm just gonna take it slow. I've got about 73 miles to get to Red's Meadow, which is where Mammoth Lakes is. Like you take a shuttle from there. So I'm definitely gonna end up being out here a day more than I planned, but I think I can stretch my food. So I'm just gonna try to take it slow. Also my phone, I charged my phone when I woke up around 3 because it needed it, which was a mistake because it was cold out. And when I checked it a little bit later, the whole battery bank was dead, and it didn't even charge my phone all the way. So that's gonna be an issue too. One thing at a time. I'll see you in a bit on trail. So last night there were deer hanging around. They were licking my pee, and I pee a lot. So at one point I just put earplugs in, so there's noises kind of will wake me up a bit. But at one point I got up around 3, and the deer was just sort of laying maybe 100 feet away from my tent, and probably just waiting for me to pee again, or just decided to sleep there. And before I went to bed, I actually saw one deer get chased away by what I believe was another deer. Saw the silhouettes and I heard them. So a lot of deer sightings, but it was also comforting because I'm like, if the deer feels comfortable there, there's probably not much else going on. Like bears or coyotes. I don't even know if wolves are here. Squatches. So it was kind of nice. And the way the deer was laying there almost felt a little comforting, like the way my roommate Jenny's dog Kobe would just kind of lay by us sometimes. So that was cool. Also, when I got up to pee at the time at 3, I forgot to zipper the inside of my tent. And I woke up this morning, there's a sizable spider. First time I've ever forgot to close the tent like that. Sleeping next to me. I don't think it bit me. I don't think it was dead. I moved it. It was just hanging out in my sleeping pad. So that was kind of funny. So I had a spider and a deer keep me company. And this is called the Le Conte Canyon. Morale is okay, but I'm not feeling very motivated given my knee pain, just general body soreness, how I've felt the last 2 days, especially in the afternoons and evenings. Like, definitely not feeling 100%. And knowing that I'm every day, even out here, I'm adding to my deficit of miles that I gotta do to get to Canada before winter, because winter is coming. So yeah, it was really, on top of sleeping in because of my health, it really was kind of hard to get moving today. Hopefully things pick up as the day progresses. The other reason I decided to go back to sleep when I woke up around 3 instead of getting a really early start is I'm still coming off of 2 weeks of, well, 12 days of not hiking or really moving much. So I did like 10 miles the first day, even though only like 1 mile was PCT or 2. And I did 11 and a half, then 14, and then 17. So that's kind of a lot. And I figured if I really push today, this morning, without getting ample rest, could be prone for another injury. Hate to even say it. Just saw another deer which had a collar on it, and I swore last night the silhouette by my tent I saw a deer with a collar. Totally forgot about that. So they're definitely tracking them. And yeah, there it is. Hello. I think you were by my tent last night, unless there's a bunch of you being tracked. So this deer was just playing with another deer, or fighting. They're on their hind legs, and the other one went prancing into the meadow there. My knee is not in good shape. Like, I feel it every step. It's not a crazy high level of pain, but it is definitely injured. Just every one goddamn thing after another, constantly. I can't catch a freaking break. Left knee hurts with every step. I feel my right hip starting to flare up. My shoes aren't gripping because they're made, these are the old technology ones. Keep slipping out. I'm getting kind of pissy. Just feel like stopping right now. I'm only about 1.5 miles in, probably 800 feet up already, and this pain in my knees just, I just took ibuprofen and painkillers, and it's on, my frustration is so high that I am not even getting frustrated anymore, if that makes any sense. Like, I get hurt 12 days off and I can't even go 4 days without something else being like a real issue. It's a nice meadow with the middle fork of the Kings River coming through there with some little tributaries on the side. You there, Athenian, what is your profession? Well, I'm a basket weaver. And you, other Athenian, what's your profession? I'm a blacksmith, sir. Spartans, what is your profession? Oh, ow, ow. You see my old friend? I brought more soldiers than you. For being so high up, this river is really flowing. Probably just under 11,000 feet. Correction, I just checked, we're at 11,200 feet, so above 11,000. Summiting, well, I don't know if summiting's the right word, but getting to the head of, top of Muir Pass. I think I've got about 700-800 feet to go. It's just under 12,000, I believe. That's pretty cool. My knee is still hurting even with the painkillers and ibuprofen. I'm just at a complete freaking loss of words. Still got a long ways to go to get up. Normally I wouldn't really mind this kind of terrain, but my knees are just shot from this kind of big steps with this weight for days. So it's actually really harmful to my current injury. Just climbed up from there, and this is Helen Lake. The last water source that I know of before I cross over Muir Pass. Check this out. You see that hole? There's a bug that's living in there. I just had a weird thought because my left knee, my right knee's okay right now. It was sore last night, but my left knee's what did something to it. And I mean, it's from stepping up like massive and having to take all this weight and these giant steps. So frustrating, over and over and over. But I realized I feel like my left knee was taking more of the load. And I started reflecting, if I'm standing still and I start to walk, do I always lead with the same foot, the left foot? Or does it vary? And I think I just thought of this, so I'm gonna monitor it, but I think I always lead with my left foot. Like when you start walking at any point during a day. And I wonder if that's how most people do it, if they lead with a certain foot. I don't know. I gotta reflect more. Like just now, I just led with my right foot. That's because my left was not in a place to step down. A lot of this happens on autopilot. I mean, most people are very unconscious with how they go throughout life. The majority of things they're doing, and so much of what we do is the subconscious, or that autopilot running. And I just kind of never thought about this before till now. It's very interesting. I'm gonna keep monitoring and see what the deal is. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but the water is so clear. So pure. I believe the purest water in the world is in Crater Lake, Oregon, which is a national park that the PCT goes through. I've been before. And the way to test for it, I'll cover that when I get there. But it's a very simple test. They just put like, I think knots on a rope, just like how they used to measure speed of boat, or vessel I should say. And whatever's visible to the naked eye is how they test whatever water is purest. But this, I mean, you can see right through, all the way, like probably 10 feet down at least. Got about 0.2 miles left to get to the top of Muir Pass. I had to stop for a bit because my knee and the elevation. There's not really a cloud in sight. I see one way in the distance. And I just passed two people maybe 10-15 minutes ago. Nobody else besides that. I'll show you. It's pretty cool. There's some kind of shelter built up there out of the stone. Pica. I'm sitting right next to that structure, having lunch. They're so cute. Pica.
Some good ones.
Someone's
What? Oh, what am I craving right now? Chocolate. And to be pain-free. But a nice milk chocolate bar, maybe Hershey or Lindt. Nothing added, just plain milk chocolate. It's the other side of Muir Pass. Heard there's a lot of snow, but I haven't seen it yet. It's a cool looking lake, pretty sizable. It's actually really peaceful up here right now. There's not any wind at the moment. It's very quiet. Just hear the sound of the creek and my footsteps. That's really it. Still at 11,475 feet in elevation. So over the next like 15 miles or so, it's gonna go back down to 8,000 again and then climb up. This is cool. The trail goes right next to this lake. So the trail is going to go through that valley there. I don't know what those are the bones of. I don't know how they got there. The color of the water and these steps carved into the side of this cliff feels very European-esque to me. I like it. Kind of itching to take a trip there, actually. Might do that after this hike. Nice smooth trail for a little bit in the bottom part of this initial part of the valley. My watch just died and I carry two power banks now. One was, well, I bought another because of the need for extra battery to film this vlog, but my one pack ran out way faster than it should have. So that leaves me with my 10,000 pack, which is the lesser of the two in theory, and that's usually what I charge my watch with and the Garmin InReach. But now, so I still have 3, 4, maybe even 5 days depending on how it goes till I get out of here. I need to keep my phone charged, which depletes probably 50% each day for navigating purposes, although I really don't need it much. I can kind of figure it out without it. It's pretty easy, but once in a while you need it. And for filming, so I think I'm just gonna have to go without charging my watch and headphones for a couple days, which really sucks. My watch, obviously with headphones, I like to listen to music and edit these videos at night. And then my watch is how I track my pace and my mileage and a whole ton of things that just kind of help me throughout the day to look at quickly. So I'll be without those going forward till I get to resupply Mammoth is the plan. Crazy to think that just a few hours ago I was way up in there somewhere. I'm pissed at whoever made this trail, like these steps. Why can't you just make it a trail like the rest? These giant ass steps just messing up everybody. My knees are so shot. The whole, it's been like 30 miles like this of up and down by these steps for the majority of it. Not the valley parts, but any type of real elevation gain steps throughout the Sierras. It's a nice view. If I wasn't so pissed off about always being injured about something every time, probably appreciate it more. Looks kind of like the East Coast Smokies a little bit. I've tried to stop 3 times just to give myself a rest because my knee's killing me, and just been hiking all day. I'm over 12 miles now, 3,000 some elevation gain, almost a couple thousand in descent, and these mosquitoes are brutal. I can't stop. They're just attacking me like crazy. Sucks. Well, I'm a little extra frustrated because the whole point of me not starting my day at 4 a.m. when I happened to be up and could have been ready was to try to heal myself. And I can't tell if my sickness, my throat's a little sore and scratchy, but I definitely have felt a little better in that front, although I have been taking ibuprofen and painkillers. And the other was the knee. That's not doing any better. It defeats the entire purpose. It's not like the extra time healed anything. So I don't know. I'll see you back tomorrow, how I'm doing. This is Colby Meadow. The mosquitoes are just brutal. I just stopped to look up the name of this meadow and they're just swarming me. Literally can't stop. Look at how young all these pine trees are. So many of them too. I'll accept a few mosquito bites to quickly point out this is a type of fungus, maybe mushroom of some sort. It's like really the first I've seen this entire hike. Maybe I just haven't noticed or been paying attention, but pretty cool. I'm gonna try to find a campsite in the next mile here and parallel the river. I found one that was really nice overlooking the meadow. There's a few deer there. Fish were jumping. I could have bathed, but it was kind of close to the trail, and I re-upped my painkillers and ibuprofen a couple hours ago, so I still had a little bit in me before the pain comes back. I figured I'd just keep pushing. But this has been day 67. I will probably sign off here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Well, it's not as nice as the spot I was considering by the meadow about 1.5 miles back, but it is pretty decent, and it appears to be one of the few spots, at least at the moment, there aren't too many mosquitoes. There's a few.